Good morning, everyone. Adi Simion, Coldwell banker. Welcome to my morning commute. I try every morning to make a video about things that happens in the real estate market, in my business, and try to educate you all on how not to make the mistakes others do. So this morning I want to talk about something that happened to us this past week. We just took a listing, and the seller, which is a friend of mine, came to me. He said, Adi, I want to put this property on the market. I have tenants in there that are my friends, so it's hard to, I don't want to bother them too much. So it's going to be hard to show a property. If you can't show a property, it's very hard to sell. So I said, we're going to have to do something about it. But anyways, we put it on the market, and we ended up having a lot of activity. A lot of people inquired. We couldn't show the property, so we told everybody to send an offer contingent to inspection. So if they see it and they don't like it, they can cancel. But the property is beautiful, so that most likely nobody would have canceled their offers or decreased them. So what I'm trying to come to is, this person could have told the tenant that he wants to sell, and the tenant, which in our case decided to put an offer themselves on the property. So he could have told the tenant and then sell it on his own, because the tenant wanted to buy it, so might as well save the commission that they need to pay to the realtor. So in this case 6% would have been about I don't want to give any numbers and any addresses or names because we're still in escrow, but the commission was 6%. So he could have just sold it to the tenant by himself instead of calling me, putting it on the market. If he would have done that, would have been very hard for him, because to do the paperwork by yourself, to make sure you do everything properly and make sure you don't get yourself open to any liability afterwards, it's hard. So that's why you need a professional to make sure all the paperwork is done properly. You are protected in case something happened. Make sure you have a respectable escrow company, a title company that watches out for you. You buy title insurance in case any liens on the property come back after, so you're covered. So the professional does a lot of that for you. But also what it does, it negotiates the price, right? So in this case, the tenant offered a price, and the seller would have taken it just like that and saved the commission. Just because he came to me and hired me and had all that activity and had all those offers, I negotiated with the tenant, and I was able to get 8.5% more on the purchase price. I increased the purchase price by negotiating with the tenant up by 8.5% more. So now he made more than he would have done without a real estate agent. So 6%, 8.5%, 2.5% more on the property just because he hired a real estate agent. But not just the 2.5% that he actually made more than he would have otherwise. Now he has somebody taking care of all that for him. He doesn't have to stress out, don't sleep at night for a whole month, wondering if the buyer is going to perform, because the real estate agent, myself, I check the buyer, I check their income, I check their bank statements, I check their loan pre-approval, so I know that they're qualified. He wouldn't know that otherwise, right? So the whole thing could have collapsed on him, and even if he went through, he would have been all stressing out for a whole month until the escrow would close. But now he doesn't have to. He has no worries. I'm taking care of everything for him. All the paperwork is done properly, and then he made 2.5% more than he would have otherwise if he tries to save that 6% commission. So the advice here is, before you try doing it yourself and try to sell your property by yourself, ask a professional what they can do for you. Most of the time, all the for sale by owners end up selling with an agent after a month or so. This is statistics that happens every day, and I see it all the time. They try to list it themselves, they're not getting the money that they want, they're not getting the exposure that they want, and eventually they do list with an agent, and that agent in average gets them about 9 to 10% more than they would have gotten otherwise on their own. So that's the advice for you today. When you want to put your property on the market, before you attempt of doing it on your own, call a professional, make sure you get the correct one. Google their names, check their sales, check their reviews, and see if they're good, and then hire a professional. Alrighty, that's all I had for this morning. It's raining still in California. We had a few days of rain. Must be beautiful in the mountains now. We probably got a lot of snow. I'm trying to get up there in a weekend. So talk to you folks soon. Adi Simion, Coldwell Banker. Bye bye now.